Summer camp's been going pretty good, you know, with the linebackers right now. We're doing a lot of rotation with the linebackers. Everybody's playing with the ones, everybody's playing with the twos. After the first scrimmage, we thought we had a good group of nucleus guys that can do a lot of different things, playing different positions, flying around, a lot of negative plays. For us to be successful on defense, we got to create negative plays on defense. And after that scrimmage, we kind of felt like we created some more negative plays than we thought. But we're excited about the group, excited about the direction we're going. Like I told the guys the other day, we don't have a starting lineup. Everybody's played with the ones, everybody's ran with the twos, everybody's been with the threes. It's about getting better and building that depth at linebacker. And that's what we're doing right now.
Is that something you've always done, or is that something with this group?
Always, because you always, you know, people go in the game and say, you got this position, this position, this position. But realistically, you play the best guy. It's not just because you play the middle linebacker, you're the next best guy. Whoever's the best guy, so you train everybody that way, and that's why you get your best guys on the football field.
What kind of difference has the weight loss made for DJ in the practice setting?
Tremendous, tremendous. After spring football, well, before spring football, me and him, we talked about it, and you know, sometimes guys' mindset be linebackers have to be 240, 250, because that's what they was always grinding in their mind. And I told him, you're an athlete, you played fullback, you was a wrestler in high school, and so why don't you take it upon yourself and, you know, cut some weight off? I say, just need you to, by spring football over, be around about in the 238s, 240s, and he did. And then as summer went on, he got down to 232, and it's made a difference in him, and he felt like he made a difference. He's still strong, still physical, but he feel like he can run a lot better and he can make more plays, and we use him at different positions now. So he's excited about this opportunity to do those things.
Was it one of those things that was really noticeable to him pretty quickly, and he was like, Coach, this is a great idea?
Well, you know what, it is, but you know, our strength room do a tremendous job of making sure that we do all the right things on the off season, and also our nutritionist. She does a tremendous job of making those guys understand what can get you the weight gain, but also how you can cut the weight off but keep your muscle tone. And they've done a tremendous job there with him, and he's about it by all the rules and all the things that they've given him on the off season to eat at home and do all those type of things.
In what ways has Kalen DeLoach continued to improve since last season concluded?
Well, he's continued to improve on overall as a person, what he's doing. You know, getting guys lined up, making plays, doing those type of things. But he knows that every day he has to be his best, because at linebacker, those guys are really competing right now, and those guys are doing a tremendous job. So he's always on top of his game, always doing his best. He'll make a mistake every now and then, but he'll also fix it on the football field. So when he does those things, we just keep moving forward.
The way Shannon communicates on the field, has he been like this?
Yeah, he's always been that guy. He's always been a quiet leader. He don't say much. When he says something, that means it's really bothered him at that particular time. But on the football field, you'll see him directing traffic a lot. That's just in him, because his mindset is everybody be on the same page, and he does a tremendous job for us. And again, guys lined up, but also communicate with the secondary and the linebackers.
Brent?
Oh, it's a lot. It's like, because you also got to stop the run, you also got to play the pass. You got to react to what the defensive lineman doing, but also you have to also listen to the secondary, what calls they're giving you, to who you're taking, or your flat dropper or your curl dropper. So it triggers your mind all the time. You got to be very snap on to it, just react to what they say.
Brendan Gant, obviously full-time linebacker now, a bit of a move for him. How has he come along during the preseason? What does he bring to that group?
BJ's done a tremendous job for us. He's playing all three positions, but also on nickel situation we use him also, because he's still a DB in his mind sometimes. But now I talked to him the other day, he said, now I'm a linebacker now. I done gained some weight, so I feel good. But he moves around well. He's getting all the checks and things like that. And he have a lot of energy. Excited about the way he's progressed and the way he's moving on. And he can help us this season.
For 2 weeks of practice, what have you seen the strength of the overall defense? What do you think the overall strength is?
I don't know what the strength is right now. I'll tell you what, the one thing about it is, like I said before camp, the biggest thing that we have to do, we have to make sure that we chasing the football hard. That's one thing that it's got to be inside you. Every great defense that everybody ever had or that I've seen or if I've coached, has been a tremendous effort just getting to the football, chasing the football. Because if somebody make a mistake, the next guy, if he's chasing the football hard, he'll cover up for it. And that's the biggest emphasis that we're stressing right now with the coaching staff. Get to the football and making sure you end up with a frenzy getting to the ball.
Do you like what you've seen in that regard?
Yes, I do. I do. Very competitive group of guys. They always challenging, they always compete against each other. But they making sure each one of them held accountable for everything that they do. They're not letting off on anything. The small things, the big things, the little things. They're always on each other about doing the right things to make us better.
after the first scrimmage, Coach Fuller said tackling has to improve for everybody on the defense. Because of the rules of trying to keep everybody upright, not hitting as much in the preseason, is it tough for tackling to be upright?
No, tackling is all about bringing your feet with you. And most of the times when you get in scrimmages, guys want to leave their feet. They don't know how to bring their hips. So biggest emphasis this week was bringing your hips when you make contact. Not lunge, not reach. Because those are things that get off balance. But if you bring your feet with you, you can wrap up, you can run your feet and run with it, guy. And that was the biggest emphasis. You make contact with a running back or receiver. Run your feet, just don't stop. Because when you stop, you get in bad habits. So the guys have done a tremendous job the last 2 days, and we got all this week to keep working on it to the next scrimmage. Who? Oh, Amari Gaynor. Okay, yeah. Amari's done a good job for us. I mean, he's learning, but he's getting better. He's a lot better than he was in the spring. Like I told him, you're a lot better in the spring. But you got to keep forcing yourself to get better every day. And don't rely on what you did in the past, because the past can't help you. Anything that's presented in front of you, that's what you concentrate on. And he's been doing a tremendous job with that.
It seemed like Omar kind of campus, you impressed a lot of people in the spring. How's that carried over?
He's carried over. He's a freshman, but he's taking the next step now. After the scrimmage, he flashed in the scrimmage. I'm like, oh, okay, that's the guy we know. That's the guy we're recruiting. So he keep flashing now. He's got to be the consistent part of it. Do it all the time. And it's going to take a little time, but like anything else, me as a coach, I'm not a time guy. I got to force him. That's my job, to coach him, to get him where he needs to be at. Because in my mind, if I can get Omar to be to the status of a starter, I've done my job. Because you never know what can happen with injury. So that's my mindset. It's not the starters, it's always the guys behind them that I have to make sure they improve each and every day.
Does the redshirt rule, being able to play in 4 games, maybe help as far as player development?
I don't look at it that way. I try to look at it as he got to play the whole season. So I got to get my mind, that's how my mind thinks, getting ready for the whole season. The redshirt rule, I mean, it can really trap you as a coach, because you can say, well, I can play him to the 4th game. Well, my mindset is I got to have him ready for the 1st game, because I don't know what's going to happen in between. So I just have to think that way.
Is there a difficulty in getting a defense ready for a season when they're going up against the same offense every day? And if so, how do you combat that?
Not really, no. Everything is, in football, most of the things are the same. I mean, zone is zone. Zone read is zone read. Route combinations are route combinations. So it's just the formation. And blocking scheme is going to be the blocking scheme. You may have 1 or 2 different things, you just have to adjust. So, if you stick to the fundamentals and the techniques of what you're doing and the individual drills, anything that you see down the road, you should be able to handle.